such as spring, summer, autumn, and winter? Well, the answer lies in the Earth's motion around the sun and its tilt on its axis. The Earth rotates on an imaginary line called the axis, which runs through the North and South poles. This rotation takes 24 hours to complete, which we call one day. The Earth also orbits around the sun, and this orbit takes 365 days, which we call 1 year. Earth is tilted on its axis at an angle of 23.5 degrees. This tilt is what causes the changing of seasons. As the Earth orbits the sun, different parts of the Earth receive different amounts of sunlight depending on the season. As the Earth orbits the sun, the northern and southern hemispheres experience opposite seasons due to the tilt of the Earth's axis. During the spring, the northern hemisphere begins to tilt towards the sun, bringing longer days and warmer temperatures. This is the time when flowers and trees start to bloom. At the same time, the southern hemisphere begins to tilt away from the sun, marking the start of the autumn season. As the Earth moves farther from the sun in its orbit, the northern hemisphere reaches its maximum tilt towards the sun, resulting in the summer season. This is the time when the days are the longest and the nights are the shortest. The northern hemisphere receives the maximum amount of light during this time. At the same time, the southern hemisphere reaches its maximum tilt away from the sun, resulting in the winter season. The southern hemisphere receives the minimum amount of light during this time. As the Earth continues on its orbit, the northern hemisphere begins to tilt away from the sun, resulting in shorter days and cooler temperatures. This is the time when flowers and trees begin to shed their leaves, marking the start of the autumn season. At the same time, the southern hemisphere begins to tilt towards the sun, resulting in the spring season. Finally, as the Earth reaches its closest point to the sun, the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, resulting in the winter season. This is the time when the days are the shortest and the nights are the longest. The northern hemisphere receives the minimum amount of light during this time. At the same time, the southern hemisphere is tilted towards the sun, resulting in the summer season. The southern hemisphere receives the maximum amount of light during this time. So, the next time you're enjoying a warm summer day or a cold winter evening, remember it's all thanks to...
Why are some months freezing cold while others are warm and sunny? Most of us know that the Earth revolves around the sun in an orbit, but Earth's orbit isn't a perfect circle. It's slightly elliptical, which causes the Earth to be closer to the sun during certain times of the year and farther away at others. So, you might think it's simple. When Earth is closer to the sun, it's summer, and when it's farther, it's winter. But that's not what actually happens. Even though Earth's orbit is slightly oval-shaped, the difference in distance is only about 3%. This small difference isn't enough to cause significant changes in temperature. So, what actually causes seasons to change? Actually, Earth doesn't just revolve around the sun, it also spins on its axis, an imaginary line running through the north and south poles. It's tilted at an angle of around 23.5 degrees, and that's the real reason we experience seasons. As Earth orbits the sun, the tilt causes different parts of the planet to lean toward or away from the sun at different times of the year. When a hemisphere is tilted toward the sun, it experiences summer with longer days because it receives more direct sunlight. Meanwhile, the opposite hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, resulting in winter with shorter days. When Earth's tilt is directly facing neither toward nor away from the sun, it's called an equinox, which happens twice a year. This means all the seasons are opposite between the two hemispheres. Now, imagine, if there were no tilt, how boring life would be.